Hello. So today I am talking about my trade on Meta. I'm in Meta currently, right now, 11:25 a.m. At 6:05 and 30 cents. I have 30 shares, and I've been experimenting with like, well, what's the best way to like remain calm and stay inside of a trade? Because a lot of times, like, especially when there's a big runner, it's running and then you feel like you get out and then you're like, oh shit, you're kicking yourself, right? And also, when do I get out? Um, Before I was telling myself, well, just get out immediately if it goes red, right? But today, what I'm trying is I'm risking $1 per share. So ideally, I feel like if this goes up $5 a share, I could get away with $150 and I'm risking $30, $1 a share, with slippage. So right now we're at 606.45. And another thing that's interesting too is, this is an all-time high breakout. That's what we're looking at right now on Meta. So it's above all these points. This is 559, 591, 591, 595. I don't know why I said 551. And you could see that right here too, 52-week high. Well, previously it said 595, right? So this is an all-time high breakout. You can even go back 5 years, but I like to look at the 1 year all-time high breakout. So I asked myself as I saw it, and I like to wait until at least 9:45 and see what the hell's going on. So I looked on my stock app and I was able, if you go on the stocks app on the iPhone, the three dots at the top right hand corner, and every single day I'm putting in top percent gainers into this list. If I press the three dots at the top and then I press sort watch list by price change, and I scroll all the way down to the bottom, things are green that are moving. So I actually made a trade on app, but it went green against me $1, so I got out. But it actually is like $4 from where my entry point was. So sometimes I'd rather take the loss and get out than make a bigger mistake. So today as I'm watching the top percent gainers, I see that Meta is moving and Meta is at an all-time high breakout. So all I saw was this. And a lot of times I'm like, okay, is it going to come down and, touch the breakout point, which is 589? You got to look at it like in terms of charts. Um, and I was like, I don't know, we'll give it a shot, right? Wherever my entry is, what I want to have happen is I want it to be continuously green until I decide to exit. And if it is going against me, then I don't want it to be more than $1 per share. So right now I'm up $65 because my entry is 605.30 and the price is currently 607.36. So, and then I question myself, right? Like, well, what's a good amount of profits without getting too greedy? What are we looking for? And then I'm tuning into what is the psychology of breakouts. Psychology of breakouts, as far as I understand, is it's going to show up on everybody's radar, all-time high breakout. Everybody's like, when it's Black Friday and everybody runs behind the other person trying to get into the stores like in the past. That's what I think of when I think of all-time high breakouts. Like, oh, we got to get in. It's going to the moon, even though things don't go to the moon. So this move from 596 to 606, and see it's happening, it's after the whole open. Like the open can be choppy, but and even if somebody got in here thinking, oh, it's a breakout, and then it slams, this move is actually the real breakout. This is really like a teaser breaking out from 598 to 598.74 back down, but then this is the breakout. So I got in right around here, right actually near the top, which is scary because I've been telling myself, sometimes the top can be scary. And it actually settled right here, 604.97. So it did not if it would have been 604.30, I would have exited, because that would have been, or 604. Okay, so my entry point, right? 605.30. And if it would have reached 604.29, like past my or $1 limit of $30 loss, then I would have got out. But it's settled right here, and now the breakout is continuing. It's breaking out past the breakout. So the breakout was 606. Now we are 607.11, approaching 608. So now I am up $82.80. So what did I say to myself? I was like, well, $150 would be nice. And $150 is 30 times 5. It's about $5 away from my entry point, which is 610, which is another whole dollar, half dollar mark. You know, you got 605, 610, 620. Do I think that this has legs for the rest of the day, considering this is early in the day? I think so for myself. How much can I stomach? Because when stocks start to go up from your entry point, you start to get really anxious, and you're like, so like, where do I get out? I don't want to lose my profits. Like, all this stuff is happening psychologically. But I have a target goal of 150, which I think is attainable, based on the fact that it's early. It's an all-time high breakout. It's a blue chip stock, Meta, and I didn't really see any bad news. Let me look. Meta says Gen AI had muted impact on global elections this year. This is 1 hour ago. Meta didn't notice major disinformation in Romanian elections, says Nick Clegg 3 hours ago. 19 hours ago, Meta platform stock outperforms competitors on a strong trading day. So 19 hours ago was yesterday. So who knows? I really don't know. And now, I was up $80, and now I'm up $69. So in that fluctuation, you start to get nervous. You start to go, oh, should I exit? Should I not exit? It's really hard to tell, like, what is a fine amount of profits. Now we're at $52. Like, is this too much of a move from $5.96 to $6.07? That's like, it's $10. Is that too much? Does the stock have any more steam to it? Now we're at $50, and it's just an anxious place to be. But I'm trying to rest in the fact of, like, well, it didn't touch my exit point, and it marked its breakout at 605.39, which is above my entry point, and we're still up. We're still up on an all-time breakout. Now my profit is $34, $23. And then you start to say to yourself, oh shit, I should have taken profits at $81. What am I doing? So it's really hard to judge, like what are the ideal profits? What are the ideal profits for me? Last week, I was playing on MSTR, and it was going nuts. It was going like $30 a day, right? That was realistic for that stock. What's realistic for Meta? I don't even know, because I haven't really historically watched it. But basically, I made like $500 in a day, playing like a couple stocks. And I was like, oh, wow, this is easy. And then the rest of the week was kind of hard. So I finished the week at $400 after some losses. Yesterday, I was practicing on just getting into things that I saw that were good and then exiting when it was red. And I was like, okay, exit immediately. But today, I wanted to change that to exit after $1. And there are other strategies, like if you have a low enough share count, you could say, okay, this is really the low of the day, if you have 10 shares, like, okay, whatever, I'll risk whatever. It's all about risk and reward. As far as I have learned, none of this is financial advice. This is me. This is a journal of me trading and what my thoughts are and what I'm thinking. And I wanted to showcase that because it does feel weird and you're by yourself. Like I'm in my room, I'm talking to myself, to this computer. I feel relatively peaceful. I had breakfast. I'm good. Um, yeah, but I was at $81 profit and now I'm at $12. So did I fuck up? I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. But maybe it's bad to have a target goal. Maybe you gotta just be like, oh, $81, let's grab it. I don't know. Maybe I fucked up today. So now we're at $5 a profit. And does it feel bad? It makes me question myself, but as long as it doesn't hit my exit point of $30, I'm going to sit here. And it can be really weird cuz you're just like sitting and watching numbers and stuff, you know? It's weird. And then you start to personalize your own profits as realized profits, like, oh, I had $80, but now they're gone. And it's like, no, you didn't have $80. Um, you could have had $80. So now we are retouching the breakout point, the breakout confirmation. So we had the breakout, the pullback, 605.48, and we are almost at that point to see if can we keep going with this or are we failing the breakout. That's where we are right now. And even if I give myself $1 of wiggle room for a potential drop, this is our next point of contention, 598.74. But because of my share count, I don't want to wait until then. I'm only willing to lose $30. So once it hits, right now I'm minus 750, minus 360. So if it hits minus $30, I have to say, okay, I'm out, and then reevaluate. But we didn't do that. We were right here, 605.48, 605.65, and I am expecting this pattern to go up because right now we're back at $8. We're up $8. So it's interesting because from yesterday, what I learned of this idea of like, oh, exit immediately, exit immediately. And I had to give myself like, no, what is my exit point? What am I willing to lose if it doesn't work? It's a constant vigilance of, is this working? Is this not working? And I want to look now and see. So, wow. So I really fucked up on app. I got out at like 361 and now it's 367. But it hit my breaking point. I had to get out. So, because it's more important for me to be able to like protect my account as a whole instead of just watching it all like fall away, because I actually did. I fucked up. So now app is at 368.15. It's looking like a breakout. So I'm going to re-enter app. And I'm going to give it another shot. I'm going to go with 10 shares and see what happens. So we're at I'm going to go 368 on app. I'm buying it, 10 shares. And I'll just have it working in the background. If it goes up $3, then I've made back my losses on app, which would be great. So, what's going on with Meta? Meta price is 605.44, still above my entry point, still green. I'm up $1.20 on app because my entry is 368. Now it's kind of down $1.60. So app is weird. I'll give app $10 of wiggle room to see if it could just keep going up. App is at minus $6.30. Another phenomenon that's really interesting is you touch something once and it works against you, and then you touch it again and it works against you again. And this is the idea of going back more and more. Okay, so it's over my limit of $10 loss. So I'm going to exit app at 367. And then I'm like, well, maybe my entry points of trying to catch the breakout is what's wrong. So right now Meta is minus 1290, almost my exit point, but not there. Coming back up, minus $1. What I really need Meta to do is make a new solid ground and shoot up continuously. Like do another $10, that would be really cool. But it's this constant push and pull of like, where is the right entry point? How long should I stay? It's very weird. It's a very weird, nuanced thing that I'm trying to like understand. Right now on Meta, we're minus $16.50. Minus 9. So here we were 605.37. So we have broken this previous level of support because this was a support because it touched over here. So 605.37. Now we're at 605.20. That's below 605.37. So it's not looking good here, folks. It may come back down to 598.74, or it may just turn around. But if it breaks something previously, then I don't feel good about it. But still, if you go based on, okay, charting, okay, this broke this, so that could be an exit, right? But I am risking $30. I'm risking $1 a share. We're at minus 18. If it hits $30, and unfortunately, like app went up $7 from my entry point, and what's it called? Meta went up a bunch of dollars. Like, it's just, I would be like, what the fuck? But I don't know what the answer is. And this is kind of the thinking behind what I'm experiencing trading. I'm trying to be better at not losing a bunch of money and grabbing a bunch of money when I see it. So maybe I fucked up. Maybe I fucked up in the fact that I could have had $81, but I didn't pull it off the table. Maybe. But if that's the case, then I'm going to say goodbye for the day, because after 2 losses, even after 1 loss, it kind of messes up your trading psychology, and you kind of feel like, oh, everything just sucks. What the fuck? It's hard not to internalize that kind of feeling attached to stuff. But realistically, 598.14 and 598.74, this right here is, let's say, the breakout. Let's say 600 is the all-time high true breakout. And it moved $7 before pulling back. Oh, it has broken my limit of $30. And so I am putting in my exit point. There's a little bit of slippage, and I'm exiting. Yep, I've exited. So unfortunately, I was up $81, but at losing $30, I'm going to call it a day, um, which is hard because today is my day off and I want to dedicate, um, my time to trading and potentially making money, but I also don't want to squander everything. And even app app went down when I was in it and now it's back up. It's like a very confusing feeling. And a lot of the times I think my problem is buying breakouts. So if Meta comes down to 600, maybe I'll re-enter, but right now I feel like shit because I had two losses. And instead of making money, I lost $70 on my day off, which I don't want to be doing. So yeah, that's sad. But that's all I can say. So how the hell do I turn this off? Maybe over here. Have a good day.